Hey everybody, I am coming to you from my backyard, and I am really excited to be talking to you about how to start planning your coronavirus garden. So I know that a lot of us have gardening on our mind this year because of the outbreak, and we've seen some definite things going on in the grocery stores. We realize maybe we're not quite as food secure as we thought we were, and we get to be proactive now and do something about that. So I wanted to help you guys come up with a plan, and the first thing that I want you to do is to get a notebook. You want to dedicate one notebook to your garden, okay? And that garden notebook is where you're going to write down everything this season, and it's going to help you learn and grow and have a better garden next year and the next year, okay? So the first thing in your notebook that you want to jot down are all the things that your family enjoys eating. And so I did that, and I'm going to share that right here with you. So right there. And there are plenty of other foods that we really enjoy eating, but those are the things that we eat really regularly. Now, if you love fruits, I encourage you to go ahead and plant native fruits in your yard. However, it takes several seasons, sometimes several years, for those plants to start to really produce usable amounts of fruit. So my aunt, who's an amazing gardener, said, the first year it sleeps, the second year it creeps, the third year it leaps. And what that means is the very first year, it's just really doing nothing. It seems like it's not doing anything. And then that second year it creeps. That means that the roots are really growing deeply. And then the third year is when you start to produce. And she has a blueberry farm up in Grover, North Carolina. So she knows a lot about this stuff. So we planted 8 blueberry bushes this year. If you're planting blueberries, you want to have 2 to 3 different varieties going at the same time so that they can work together. That's my little fire that Todd makes me every night. This is our kind of nightly ritual where we hang out outside, the kids play, and we just enjoy outdoor time together. So once you've finished writing down all the things that you enjoy eating, I want you to then go to the store and see if you can find the seeds for those things. Now, a lot of people like to start seeds inside. They get an extra few weeks ahead of the growing season. I just am not that good. So I like to direct sow most of my things, unless it tells me to do otherwise. If it tells me to start it indoors and move it outdoors, then I'll follow the directions. So we have several really great places here in my town. Ballou's Market, Piedmont Farm and Garden, and then there are other places online like Baker's Seed Company and like True Leaf Market. So just see if you can find your seeds. Try not to get overwhelmed with all the different varieties. Just choose something and go with it, and we're going to write that information down. So after you've located your seeds, then I want you to flip it over on the back of the packages. And the back of the package is going to tell you when you're supposed to plant it for your zone. So find your state. For us, a lot of our stuff we're supposed to plant 1 to 2 weeks before our final frost. And our final frost usually doesn't happen until right around Easter. This year, Easter is April 12th. So I am not going to plant anything that needs to be planted after the final frost until after April 12th. Now, I will start things inside like tomatoes, and maybe bell peppers, but nothing else. So once I have listed, or once I have, I've read on the back when they're supposed to be planted, then I write it on the front. So I write it now, or I write a date on there so that I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Then the next thing that I want you to do after you've sorted out, okay, these are the things we can plant now versus we need to wait for these things to plant later, I want you to then look up online a companion planting guide. So the theory behind companion planting is that when we plant certain things together, it helps both of the plants thrive. That might be because one plant keeps away insects that the other plant is susceptible to, or one plant is a nitrogen fixer and the other one is a nitrogen consumer. So the quintessential companion plants here in the United States are the Native Americans' three sisters. That's the corn, it's squash, and green beans. And so those are traditionally grown together and they really flourish well. I don't grow corn just because, sorry, my dog is pretty upset that everybody's playing and he's not, but I don't grow corn because it takes up a lot of space and we don't eat a lot of it. So that's not important for me, but if corn is important for your family, then you want to clear out a little plot for them. All right, so you've written down everything, you've looked up your companion plant guide, and then start layering right beside each plant. This is what I need to grow this around. So in my book, I'll show you what I've got going on. It looks like a mess, but again, all my notes. I wrote down everything we'd purchased, and then I wrote down for my beets, I'm gonna plant lettuces and onions with those. For my cauliflower, I'm gonna plant cucumbers and beans. With my snap peas, I'm gonna plant beans and carrots. With my broccoli rabe, cucumber and onion. So just kind of think about those things. Kale is an interesting one. It doesn't really like to be planted around many things, so I'm gonna have my own little space for that, and probably also for my melons, although they do okay with multiple things. So once you've done those three things, write your list of your family's favorite things, go and shop for your seeds, and then write down all the companions. Then we'll go to part 2, okay? Let me know what you're planning. Let me know what you're excited about. Guys, let's let these coronavirus gardens actually turn into victory gardens as we learn to be more self-sustaining, as we learn not to have to rely so much on the big food industry. And yeah, I've got a baby crying, so let me go take care of her. See you guys later. Bye.